Well, folks, we're getting more Stranger Things content. The new animated series Spinoff just dropped its first teaser trailer, the Tales from 85. So this is the animated series. It's featuring all of our main characters from the series. It's in between seasons 2 and 3. And it's supposed to be like a little bit of a lighter feel, lighter tone, kind of going back to some of the more whimsical parts of Stranger Things. And I know what you guys are thinking. I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I'm still not quite over what happened with the final season, but I'm going to give this a genuine, objective watch. I'm going to give you guys my honest and true opinions because I still do love the Stranger Things universe. And I know that the Duffer brothers created this. That's kind of a tick in the wrong direction for me at this point, but it might be one of these projects that they had a little bit more heart into it than season 5 of the actual Stranger Things series. So I'm going to watch the trailer. We'll watch it together and then we'll talk about it and we'll see how this turns out. Nice. Got the arcade, cool colors. I like that it's set at wintertime. That's a cool visual.
Hey.
Hey!
Coat! I need a coat!
Anything happens to her, these woods hide a lot of mistakes.
Doesn't really sound like Hopper. Oh, Max and Lucas.
The big snowstorm is coming next week. That's when we'll start the campaign.
Snowball fight. It's cute. Oh, here we go. Ooh. I like the goosebumps, kind of green.
Upside down must have survived last year.
Looks sounded like Dustin.
Mutating.
Hey, Steve.
I've kind of always had a crush on you, Steve.
I've always had a crush on you too, Nancy. No, I mean Natalie. Natalie.
Oops. All right, new character. All right, honest, objective, initial thoughts. It looks fun. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like something you can kind of watch with your kids. It looks like this cool cross a little bit between the Stranger Things universe that we know and love, a little bit more of the whimsical aspect of that, plus a little bit of Goosebumps vibes I'm kind of picking up there. So I feel like this could have potential to be something just fun and enjoyable. It does look like something that the Duffer brothers might have been a little bit more excited about. You can just kind of tell that there's this new influx of creativity. They thought about setting it in the snow versus, most of the other times where it's like in the summer or the spring, stuff like that. So we're getting like a whole new vibe with this. And that's something that Stranger Things has always done really, really well, is a really cool aesthetic for any season that they have. I do think this series is probably going to retcon some things a little bit here and there, like, these new monsters not appearing in the actual Stranger Things universe. They're going to have to explain that a little bit. Also, it doesn't seem like there's really much of a connection between Will and the Mind Flayer, and this is just post season 2, so he would have probably had that, wriggling feeling in his neck. I do think, though, that these things are probably forgivable if they're going to stick to a different tone, if they're not going to try to like build it up, maybe make some ties back to the original series, but just kind of let this breathe and be on its own, it's probably going to be forgivable. I don't like Hopper's voice acting, at least in that scene that I saw. It doesn't feel like Hopper, and it kind of took me out of it. Just felt like more aggressive, didn't really have his speaking cadence. So that's just kind of something that I'm going to have to suspend my disbelief a little bit and put to the side. As far as the rest of the kids' voice actors, they don't really sound like the kids themselves, but they don't sound like, it's not like this wholly different universe. And I do think that that's kind of part of it too, to let the voice actors be a little bit different to let this series be a little bit different from the main series. And then we're getting a new character, Natalie, which, I mean, that's fine. But at some point they're going to have to explain what happens to her. Something's going to happen to her because she doesn't show up in the rest of the Stranger Things universe. So, you know, the way that this style is, the way that this is an animation, I really hope that there's not a bunch of people dying, or that like she is dying, like the way that they build out different characters in different seasons and then kill them off. But that's something that is going to be a little bit interesting to explore there. Just I kind of looked up like a little bit more about the series just to give myself a little bit more information about it. And this is for you guys as well. This is from Hollywood Reporter. The logline: in the winter of '95, snow blankets the town, and the horrors of the Upside Down are finally fading. Our heroes have settled back into a quiet life, but beneath the ice, something terrifying has awakened. Could it be from the Upside Down, from the depths of Hawkins' lab, or from somewhere else entirely? So that's really interesting, too, because you could kind of tell that the monsters looked from the Stranger Things universe, but not exactly from the Upside Down dimension. Like there's a little bit of neon green coloring to that one monster on the fence. So if they're expanding this universe in any kind of way, that'll be something really interesting to explore. The Duffer brothers kind of wanted it to have this look and feel of an 80s cartoon, more family incorporated. So I'm kind of curious and excited to see where they take it. You know, Sean Levy, anything this dude says, I just, you know, turn it off in my mind. Sean Levy can just go ahead and shut the hell up, because he gassed up season 5 so much and it was all just crap. The series finale is going to be the greatest finale that you will have ever seen. It's the most amazing thing I've ever witnessed. Really? Really? That's your internal bias there working, Sean. He's just like, it's just like the bouncing little dog that's just yippy and super excited about everything no matter what. Like, just chill, dude. It's the mailman at the door, okay? This is not a life or death situation. But, you know, Levy's quote in the Hollywood Reporter says, "You're not getting a watered down continuation of the show you've watched and loved. You're getting a different tone, different visual style, filling in the blanks of mythology and timeline that you've never gotten in what we call the mothership, the original show." That gives me a little pause. That gives me a little pause because I freaking hate the play. And that sounds like, it's very much sounds like something that they tried to do with that whole play, the prequel to Stranger Things, the first Shadow. If you guys don't know about it, it basically ruined all of season 5. And it's supposedly a piece of Stranger Things canon that nobody can actually watch. So, you know, I don't know how we're filling in the blanks of the original Stranger Things series without tying it directly back to the series and doing what the play did, which is basically it forced the Duffer brothers into a corner with their writing. Like in season 4, Henry Creel was this young kid who got who murdered his family and then got kidnapped by Dr. Brenner and taken to the lab, and that's where everything started. But in season 5 and in the prequel play, you know, Henry Creel is in high school and he goes to high school with Joyce Byers, and Joyce and Hopper are going around investigating all the animals that Henry Creel has murdered. So like I that definitely gives me pause when we talk about how this animated series is going to be incorporated into the Stranger Things universe. If we can just kind of separate it off a little bit and just have fun with it, then I think it'll be pretty good. But if we're trying to like make it level up to the series or like, you know, create new things that then retcon the original series more, that's going to get annoying a little bit. And then it also makes you wonder where they're going to go with the series, if they're going to do 1 season or 2, because you're very limited in that time span between season 2 and season 3. You know, at this time, it remains to be seen if the series will be good, but you know, let's look at it both ways. If it's good, hey, that's great. That's something new from the Stranger Things universe to kind of mend our broken hearts a little bit about the final season of Stranger Things. And if it's not good, don't worry. You still have me to watch it and rip on it for you. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to like, hype, and subscribe so you can get more of my content. And I'll see you in the next one.